What is
Hey.
up? It's another episode of Dynasty Pylon. My name is Martin. I'm here with Mark. We are going to talk about the IDP Sleepers. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. A bunch of cuts were today. A bunch of signings were done today.
Trades were done today.
Yeah, like it was just bizarro world. All today. But yeah, I mean, Mark, if you want, go ahead, hit it off with what you need to get off your chest now.
Well, I think people living under a rock who haven't heard, Brian Robinson got shot twice in the buttocks, and then he was so lucky. He got shot in the knee, and it missed every single ligament. Oh, your sound is gone, Martin.
Good for him. In a way that he did not get extremely hurt.
Yeah, so he got shot in the butt, his knee, but luckily it missed everything. He had surgery to get the bullets out. He's already back at the facility today.
I think he was there yesterday, wasn't he?
Yesterday and today he was there.
Yeah,
like he was literally in the hospital for less than a day. So
yeah, it was funny.
The higher powers that nothing worse happens, so that's good.
I mean, he was smiling. He seemed all right. How many weeks is it going to be? I have no freaking clue. But I thought it was funny when they met him. I guess he had a pack of Oreos in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like,
with his crutches.
What's going on with the Oreos? He goes, well, it's my day to bring the snacks or whatever. So
wow.
Yeah. So
he's remembering his day to bring snacks, even though he's on crutches from being shot. That's awesome.
So it was pretty funny. But yeah, dude. So other than that, though, roster cuts. Again, besides that, I hope the best for him as a player. And hopefully he comes back soon rather than later. I expect
I completely agree.
Week 4, 5. I don't know.
I mean, Ron Rivera was making it seem like it'd be sooner rather than later. So
I don't know. That's it.
But
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not a professional.
The wounds to heal, I guess. So no structural damage in the knee.
We'll see, because right now he's healing. But anyways,
I don't know what you have, but I have a list of the most shocking cuts.
Go for it, man. Go for it.
For me, it starts off with I was blown away when I heard about it, but OJ Howard, tight end, Buffalo, gone.
Yeah.
Logan Ryan, safety, Buccaneers, gone.
Yeah.
Kellen Mond, QB, Minnesota, but the writing was on the wall for him, so that one wasn't.
Yeah, I was gonna text you about that one, but I was like, we'll talk about it eventually, because a lot of people don't know who he is. You and I like him.
Well, I was watching Minnesota's third preseason game, and like they had already traded for Nate Mullins, and it was like I already knew he was probably out the door, unfortunately. But we did both really like it.
And then. Sorry, I missed this actually. He had no idea we were doing Guillotine League. I doubt he's gonna watch this. We're talking about freaking Mike, right? Yeah, no. Mike probably wouldn't even join, to be honest. Mike wouldn't even join. So
right,
it's all good.
Danny Shelton, defensive tackle. The Chiefs let him go. He's been bouncing around. Preston Williams, wide receiver, Miami. Sony Michel, running back, Miami.
Yeah, but he's actually.
Sorry,
Sony Michel might actually land somewhere though.
I think he already did.
With the Chargers.
Yes, he signed with the Chargers. Yep.
Okay, well then.
The Cowboys released every single backup quarterback.
Yeah, Danucci,
Rush, and the other guy. I was like,
Greer.
They just picking up somebody else, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like a lot of names that you and I are familiar with, because we watch way more than what we're supposed to. I mean, we watch Senior Bowls and some of the college bowls, so we're familiar with some of these names. Like, I'm just shocked. Like, okay, I want to go. The biggest shocker for me, and a lot of people probably don't know who this is at all, but I mean, because we are an IDP show, I was actually, I don't even know if you know who this is. Jared Davis. Do you know who that is?
Jared Davis sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
linebacker. Played for the Jets
linebacker.
constantly cut from these guys, and he when I was watching all of preseason, I was like, this guy's a leader. This guy's gonna make the team, and they cut him.
Yep.
I was like, what the hell? I went to Detroit Lions like a beat writer, their website, whatever, and he himself was also surprised how well he did, and I don't know why. But I mean, just because I think I'm paying more attention to Lions this season and just overall since the draft, I've been watching what they do and all these moves they've done. I was very shocked at what they did. Devin Funchess, not surprised. Tim Boyle, kind of surprised.
Our boy Trey Sermon.
Yeah, Trey. Well,
rest your
okay.
soul.
I'm not too
Hope he gets
surprised.
picked up somewhere. I'm not shocked either, but I'm just shocked from the standpoint of I had high hopes for him coming out of the draft 2 years ago.
Yeah,
for him to already be cut kind of stings a little, you know.
Yeah, I think another big surprise for me was Patterson. Was it Patterson?
Jared Patterson. Washington.
Yeah, and they also cut Reggie Bonifant, who was
especially with the whole situation with Brian Robinson. You thought they would have kept some running backs.
They're going to be with Gibson and McKissick just like last year for the first couple of weeks until until Robinson gets in there. So it's
much.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot of moves made that surprised me. I was like, okay, that's strange.
We haven't even got to the trades yet.
No, we haven't. Let's see, more cuts. I'm kind of like scrolling down.
Oh, yeah, I had a couple more too. Let me see if anything else catches my name. Anthony Harris, safety, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Oh, then there's the big news.
That one surprised me. Anthony Harris, and he's going to get picked up like tomorrow.
Oh, exactly. When I saw that he just got cut, I was like, oh man.
He's going to get picked up tomorrow. Watch.
So I was like, someone has to get. He is awesome,
dude. He's one of the best DBs. I was surprised.
Yeah. And then our boy Alex Leatherwood, first round pick of the Raiders. They're just purging their first round picks now. He's already with the Bears.
That one did kind of shock me as well. And I know last year we made fun of that pick because it was a reach. That guy should have been a third round pick, to be honest. But typically in the NFL nowadays, when you get drafted first round, usually it's kind of security blanket that you're going to be there for at least a minimum of 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But for the first time, it was like, dude, no, you're like a first round pick was done after year 1. It was like,
with first round picks, usually it's 4 because they have them for the 4 and then they have a 5th year option.
Well, yeah, usually, but sometimes if they don't want them, they just get rid of them or they trade them or something. Like usually they're there at least playing for the team for the next 2 years at minimum. So JJ Arcega-Whiteside, Freddie Swain was another one that kind of surprised me from Seattle. Who else was there?
Your boy Little Humphreys got cut.
Really?
From the Patriots. Yep.
What? Wow.
Yep.
Let's go Baltimore. Go to Baltimore.
Right. Yep. Please. He's available, and they got rid of their third string quarterback AJ Brown too.
Yeah.
Another one that kind of shocked Braden and myself was I don't know if you saw the Jets' last preseason game, but Chris Streveler actually brought him back and won the game, and he actually looked really good. He used to be a quarterback in Arizona with the tattoos. Yeah, he got cut. After he brought him back and won. Yeah, he got cut.
Okay, yeah. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's little Jordan Humphreys.
Yeah, little Jordan Humphreys was just like, I still think he's good. But again, you and I, we play Dynasty, so we know how far in depth these guys go, like how valuable they can be. So it's for redraft leagues, and if you're watching now, it's like, okay, well, whatever. It doesn't really pertain to them. I'm sorry. Did you see?
He said the Cowboys are bringing in veteran offensive tackle Jason Peters for a visit. All right. Enjoy that, I guess.
And JJ Arcega-Whiteside practice squads for Seattle. Yeah, but anybody could pick him. I feel like he could just easily go from the practice squad. I get it. Like at least he's there, but easily he could be brought in by another team. Like practice squad guys can be taken, so if offered a deal. So are they really on the team? Like I feel like they're not, but some people may argue that, but I don't know. So I'm scrolling through and I'm looking through some of these names, but for the most part, I think we talked about Sony Michel ended up with
the Chargers,
which is crazy.
Which is interesting to me. Yeah,
it does affect us both because I was gonna text you, what are we gonna do with him in our Dynasty IDP league? Because we have him. I don't know if you've paid attention or not. But,
no, we do.
I left him, so I was like, okay, I'll just.
Does that mean they don't trust the rookie to be the backup?
Yeah, that's another. Yeah,
that's what I was just thinking because we were really high on him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you were more so than me.
I don't know. It just. Look, Isaiah Spiller came in, and I thought he was going to be number one, number two.
Signed Tony Jefferson
last year.
Ooh.
What's up?
I said the Giants signed Tony Jefferson. I didn't even know Tony Jefferson was still there.
Oh, jeez. Well, I mean, whatever, I guess.
Right.
But look, this time last year, before Isaiah Spiller was even like a thing to most people, I remember saying that he was going to be something special. And up until a couple of weeks ago, I still thought he was special. And now this move kind of makes me question, do they question Isaiah Spiller? Because easily Sony Michel's going to go in there. He's going to be number 2 back. Easily.
I would assume.
Which if you drafted Isaiah Spiller, then it's like, oh crap. I now
put him on a taxi squad for right now, and then I think throughout the year we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, pretty much. So very interesting. So sad one for me. I feel like they should have kept this guy, but Matt Barkley got also released from Buffalo Bills.
Oh, they could have used him as the punter. He punted the ball 4 times for him.
Barkley? Did he really?
So when the whole Matt Ariza thing happened, they had just cut the other punter. And then when they went to their last preseason game, they didn't let Matt Ariza travel with them. So they didn't have a punter on the team. So Matt Barkley did the punting. He didn't look great, but he did pin one inside the 10-yard line from what I
Oh my gosh. So I don't know if you were paying attention to like off-season stuff, but did you see Matt Barkley kind of mess around in training camp? The videos.
I did not.
Let me see if I could. Yeah. Let me see if I can find the videos. But it was him running around disguised.
Bill signed Sam Martin at punter. Huge upgrade over Barkley.
Okay. No, get out of here. Get out of here with that.
So you look those up. I mean, there was a few trades today.
Any punter.
Only one of them really stood out to me. Name a punter.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. But
I mean, I can name the best punter in the league, Tress Way.
Tress Way?
Washington.
Oh God.
He's a captain for us, man.
All right, no, I found it. I found it. We're gonna watch this right now. This is Matt Barkley messing around in what seems to be I don't know. He's just disguised as a fan.
Oh, I do remember this. And then he goes up to the players, right? And then
yeah. Let me see if you guys can hear this.
Yeah, I do remember this actually. He's trying to get something autographed, right? Like I didn't try to get something. Yep.
Yeah.
Case Keenum here. I'm going to see today.
No, not Matt. I said Casey Keenum. Or this Case Keenum.
Let's go Bills.
My bad. I said Barkley. I thought.
My damn man, can I get your autograph, man? I've been a big fan of yours, man.
This is
ever since you was in college, man.
That's my fault.
Will you do it one more time for me, man? It's kind of hard to read.
Is this Case? I'd like to get you twice.
Hey, Case, can I get your autograph, man? Hey, man, you're my favorite player, man. Who's your favorite backup quarterback? Okay, I'll see you later, man. Good look out there, man.
What?
I'm about to get kicked out of here. Okay, this 2019 one still works?
No, that doesn't work.
It doesn't work?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get autographs, sir.
All right, then you got to go on the other side of the...
Hey, Brandon Bean, man, can I get your autograph there, man?
How you doing, buddy?
What do you think of the defense this year, man?
It's going to be great.
I'll be looking good this year, man.
I'm about to say, what the hell?
Will you sign this for me, man?
I sure will.
Where did Josh go? Josh go around? Okay. Do I have to?
Yes, you have to.
Oh, Josh! Man, you're my favorite player, man. You're my favorite player, man. I love you, Josh.
My bad.
Look at the security
I don't know.
guards like kicking him out.
I thought that was Matt Barkley, but never mind. It was
Yeah, it was Case Keenum. He's still on the team. He's still there.
Yeah, he's still there. But yeah, no. So that's Bills. Tevin Coleman got released. Michael P. Ryan got released. So I feel like Coleman was gonna have like a kind of a role there. But I guess they're rolling with Carter and Hall, so which is fine. But yeah, no. Hey, what's up? Nerd Huddle in the house. AJ Cole was the best punter last year in Las Vegas. So yeah, dude, you know how I feel about punters. Okay, that's probably like the one position I'm like whatever about it. All right, so I'm trying to think of other names that I missed that are probably still be able to actually make an impact. Who I think. Let's see. Here's funny. Josh Rosen got freaking cut.
Oh.
That's kind of funny. I mean, guy moving. So, and if there's anyone else I missed, please let us know. And what did you feel like? How you feel about it? If they have a shot anywhere. But yeah. So today we're talking about our IDP sleepers. Oh wait, didn't Marlon Mack get cut today too?
Oh yeah, Marlon Mack was the other one from the Texans.
Which is screwed nuts. I thought he was going to be the RB1. But freaking they were talking about the rookie getting all the time, and from what we saw, freaking Senior Bowl, he was.
So he did go to Cleveland. So I heard that Mond already went somewhere. So Mond is in Cleveland.
Rosen got cut, so Mon could be brought into Cleveland. Is that what really happened?
I heard he went to an AFC North team. I just forgot to click on it to see which one it was. But my first thought was Cleveland, because I was like, well, the Ravens don't need a quarterback. The Steelers don't need one.
Isn't that sad?
And then I was like, I'm pretty sure the Bengals were set. So I was like, I'm pretty sure Cleveland probably.
Rosen.
Oh,
just
and then Stefanski. Well, I guess he wasn't there when Stefanski was there, but.
No, Rosen sucks, man. Like that guy is just getting tossed around. I'm glad I don't have to deal with him because I was getting crapped on because he was with Atlanta. I'm like, whatever, dude. And then
he's part of that 3 straight drop back interceptions by 3 different quarterbacks.
I don't know. No, we're not talking about that.
It was Matt Ryan. Then you're back up, and then they're like, okay, put Rosen in there.
I know.
Same result each time.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping you
that
would
was the freaking day that the Patriots defense scored like 50 freaking points.
Stop. They sucked. Oh, God, they sucked.
Mac is signing with.
So, yeah.
Mac is signing with the Houston practice squad.
Yeah.
Wow.
But see, again, they go to the practice squad and then someone's going to sign them off of them. I guarantee you, some of these guys don't really, they don't last very long there. So it's just weird.
Well, the Lions cut all their backups too.
The Lions?
I'm sure we'll see that in Hard Knocks.
Yeah, I'm sure. I have to watch the new episodes too. So, but
before we do the sleepers though, did you want to talk about the trades?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I can't remember all of them, but I know the biggest one that caught my eye was Jalen Reagor to the to the Vikings, rather. Sorry, for like a 5th and a 4th and possibly a 5th.
Yeah, no, It's
So I was like, oh, Jalen Rager's gone. Goodbye.
which is funny because now with him being there, because Minnesota, right? You said,
Yeah,
did
he
you
ended
even
up going to
mention-
Minnesota.
So
Yeah, he went to Minnesota.
it's funny because JJ was drafted after him.
Yep.
So I wonder how that's gonna be.
Right.
It's interesting to see that, oh, you were drafted before me, yet here you are getting traded because you suck, and now you're up on here. Is Hard Knocks on NFLH.TV? No,
That's a good question. I was it's on HBO.
No. Because it's HBO Max.
Yep.
However, NFLHD.TV does have legit a lot of stuff. Like I'm telling, okay, all right. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so here's why. I bring that up because NFLHD.TV, if you scroll the bottom down below, if you don't have access to any of these games locally or you want to watch Red Zone, look, $60 right now will cover for the entire season every Sunday. I'm gonna choose a week. I haven't really rolled the dice on which one. That's how random it is. I'm going to air all of it, the entire the Red Zone day on Sunday on our Discord. One of these days. Now, which week that might be, I have no idea. Probably on a week I feel good. And then I feel like, okay, I'm going to jump on and off, talk about people's rosters or whatnot. But yeah. So that's our thing here. Again, the description down below, I think it's like, I'm not even on there right now, but it's like 60 for the month. Or 60 for the season, which is covers you from here all the way till damn near draft. And then you could re-up the following year after that. But no, it's really good. I like it. It's one of the best for like I don't have to you can access it on your phone, your laptop, anywhere you have internet basically. So it's easy. But yeah.
Apparently Braden sent a tweet of the Vikings reacting to the Eagles.
Did he? Let me. I don't even have. Let me see if I can pull it up on here.
Oh, for taking Rieger. Sorry.
Oh crap! I don't have it. Let me see if I can pull it up here. For taking.
They were probably excited because that means they got Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
So they're like popping champagne bottles.
I know if we can move back at 25, we're going to get one of these corners.
You think?
Yeah, the corners are sitting there.
He's going to take a receiver too, right?
Meanwhile, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. You thought they might go wide receiver. We've seen some wide receivers go off the board. It's
Jalen Rieger, wide receiver, TCU to the Eagles.
Let's go get him.
yeah.
Hey, Pat,
I'm on it.
get Justin Jefferson on the clock right now.
I'm on it.
Gary, you love this kid?
Yeah, I do, Coach. Love him. He's well versed in our offense already, Coach. He can play a lot of places. Very competitive. I mean, yeah, that's really cool.
Good.
We're picking right now. We'll take a receiver. How about that? Well,
All right, Rick, I got Justin Jefferson, receiver, Louisiana State.
Hey, that's a great get.
that's what makes this stuff fun. Like when Tim calls a double-A cap blitz and they sack the quarterback.
You know, we've got another pick coming up in about 3 things now.
Yeah, I know. I'm fine. I got the receiver. We don't need any defensive guys.
No, I'm used to it.
Probably play corner, too.
Yeah, you can play corner too, Zim.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Thanks for that, Braden. Guy in the chair. Yeah, I had to fast forward that. They had freaking NFL logos slapped up on there. Oh crap! Let's get rid of that. Yeah, I don't
Them
want
boys. What a troll job by Philly. You suck, Rieger. Now go play with the guy we should have taken.
Yeah, dude. You know what's crazy is that's so insane. I can't believe it. It is what it is. But yeah, thanks for that, Braden. Appreciate that. Buddy.
And then the only other trade I saw was the Eagles got another corner from the Saints. They couldn't lock him up long term, so they dealt him. I can't remember his name.
Um,
I had like 3 names to him.
the corner,
Yeah, cornerback.
the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look. So Jalen Rager, Dennis Daly. You said the Eagles, right?
Mm-hmm. Man, they've been trading a lot. Didn't they trade like in the
To the
draft, too?
Titans? That guy?
Huh?
Oh, you're talking about JJ Arcega-Whiteside.
Yeah, that guy.
We just mentioned him. He ended up in the freaking practice squad.
Grading the Saints Eagles for Gardner Johnson. No, CJ Gardner Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
He got traded. I feel like the Eagles
From the Saints. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Jalen Rager was today.
I feel like the Eagles and the Saints GMs have been just like on the phone for the whole offseason. Well, they had the trade during the draft.
Thanks, Brad. But yeah, that JC Gardner Johnson. So yeah, no. We saw that. So look, dude, I'm telling you right now that it's a lot of Jesse Davis, Malik Reed. That was kind of interesting. Malik Reed, I think, could revamp his career there. He was supposed to be really good, and he also on Sleeper he's a linebacker DL eligibility, so it's kind of interesting to see that he's moving there. But yeah, Ross Blockman. I don't know if you know who that is, but that guy I loved last year coming in. Was it last year or it was 3 or 2 years ago. He came in with Michael Pittman. So it was 2-3 years ago.
Feel like
I love that guy.
Offensive lineman with that last name.
But but he came in as defensive tackle. Ross Blacklock, actually. So my bad. But he came in 6'3", 290. But he went to Houston, and of course, it was like a crapshoot there, so it wasn't really that exciting for him to be there. But hopefully, now that he's getting traded, I think it'll be great. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, let's get into this. All right. You have 5 total. You have 5, right? Okay, go ahead, because I have like 15.
Well, I didn't seem like you wanted to be too long of a show, so.
Yeah, but you know how we always do. We end up going an hour plus.
I know. My first guy is going to be Jalen Petrie, safety out of Houston.
Okay.
He is a rookie. He will be the starting safety. Doing some research, I found out that he had 18.5 tackles for loss last year.
Okay. So he plays in the box?
Which is crazy for a safety.
If he stays... If he does good there,
well, I don't feel like they'll change him like the way they play him. To be honest, I think he'll play.
No,
kind
I
of
know,
the
but he's
same
getting
way.
to a new team. Like it's not the same. It's not the same level of athleticism. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he already won. He had a great training camp. He already won the starting safety spot, and apparently Lovie Smith absolutely loves him. So
who's this? Sorry.
Jalen Petrie, safety.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, yeah.
And then I had a couple of linebackers. Devin Lloyd, another rookie, going to the Jaguars. I don't know. He can play both, like on the line and in coverage. His senior year at Utah, he had 7 sacks, 4 interceptions, 6 pass defended, and 111 total tackles.
We showcased him too. And I thought he was going to be the number 1 linebacker coming off.
Mm-hmm.
But then Nakobe Dean kind of showed up. So Devin Lloyd eventually did get drafted before him. But I still feel like Nakobe Dean is still a lot further than him.
Well, I just think we'll have to see what his injury that he didn't want to get surgery on and see how that affects him, to be honest.
Okay. But it's funny you mention him because he's kind of almost in the same realm of one of the guys I'm going to bring up. But then boys did mention if did we mention Collins getting cut by Washington? And if he goes anywhere, is he going to be useful? I think so. No, we did not mention him.
Collins got cut
like a while back.
Yeah, before anything even like this offseason started.
Yeah, so that's
like
hey,
he's been
I'm pretty sure we
available
brought
for
it
anyone
up,
to. Yeah, he's been available for anyone to take for a while now.
Yeah, what's going to happen is people are going to go down and he might get called up. I mean, is he going to be useful? Yeah, probably more than likely. I think so. He's a pro.
My third,
so.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Then my third guy, who is another guy I've come to really like, is a Divine Diablo, linebacker / DB for the Raiders.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of teams are starting to adapt this, like, what the Cardinals call star backer position, and I feel like that is just a prime position to get a lot of fantasy points. So, like, these, like, super athletes that can play on the line. They can play the linebacker to stop the run, or they can play coverage, or they could just drop back and, do zone. Man, like, those guys, I think, are just start racking up points. And I think Divine Diablo could be a breakout for the Raiders.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be something special last year, but he really didn't do much at all. What is up, Derpy? How are you, my guy? I hope you're doing well. It's funny that usually he's in here at the beginning, so it's interesting that he's already like towards the end. But yeah, I don't have your soundboard for you. That's all Tank. I got to get some soundboards for you and them boys, man. These guys are always here every freaking show, so thank you. But no, dude. So I go ahead. If you still was that your fourth guy, right?
Yeah. Then the last one I have is Sam Williams, defensive end, Dallas. He's 6'4", 261. He's a rookie. But with the right end situation in Dallas being wide open, this guy had only 4 people in front of him in all of college football that had more sacks in 2021. And apparently I don't know if you saw, but he had a play where he absolutely destroyed a quarterback in preseason. Oh, it was Geno Smith when they played the Seahawks. And he's been playing on the first team. And he's been playing on the first team. So, and with Randall Gregory.
Who's this? Sam Williams?
Sam Williams, Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas, right? Okay. No, yeah. Okay,
he absolutely
missed, right?
Yeah, yep. Rookie out of Ole Miss.
Okay.
He absolutely destroyed Geno Smith.
Dude, he's big. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
I legitimately forgot about this kid. He's 6'4", 268.
Yep. And with Randall Gregory departing to Denver, it leaves like they don't have that position filled yet, and I think he'll step up and take it.
Yeah. Hey man, Derpy, don't put yourself down, dude. You're here all the time. Don't. You're
right. Fine. Yeah, you're good, man.
You're good. As long as you're here and you're still showing up, I'm totally fine with it. Something happened with our YouTube though. I had to reinsert. Hang on.
Was it because we showed that clip?
No. Our moderators, I had to re-put some of them in.
Oh, the moderators got taken off. Gotcha.
Yeah, and I thought he was deleted for a little bit, and then boys, I had to put back in. I had to put Braden back in. It was really weird. It's like we were like had nobody, like the consistent guys that come in. I was like, okay, I know these guys are gonna come back. If something happens and something trolls, at least one of these guys are here. None of them were there last episode. Like their icon was gone. I was like, oh, that's not good. But it's still there. Okay, good. All right, so my list was a little bit more in depth, which is fine. You mentioned Divine Diablo, who is my number 3 guy. Mm-hmm. I also agree. I also think that the Raiders are going to utilize him.
Most. I had one other guy too. Sorry.
Go ahead.
He's probably on your list too because we both liked him last year. But Nick Vigil, Arizona.
Yeah, he was actually my number 1.
I think he's gonna
my day off. No, you're good.
I don't know Nick what Vigil, happened. I completely spaced. He was on my other list. But yeah, Nick Vigil, I think, is gonna have a breakout year in Arizona.
Derpy is the buck killer. That's what he does, man. Comes in and anybody comes in, he's a bot. See ya. But we have all 3 of our guys here, so that's good. So yeah, Nick Vigil. Definitely. As a matter of fact,
Yep.
Nick Vigil was my number one linebacker sleeper. This guy's getting drafted super low. All these guys are getting drafted in late rounds. Divine Diablo was my third. Nick Vigil was my number one. That guy had 83 tackles and freaking interception last season with the Vikings. Coming into the Cardinals defense, I think is going to be very useful. Obviously with the news with Isaiah Simmons being the star backer, so we don't know where he's going to be at. Collins might play some DN linebacker stuff there, which means that Nick Vigil's going to slide in for Chandler Jones and kind of potentially be the guy. Now I'm going to hit two birds with one stone here. Marcus Golden. He's a defensive lineman / linebacker. But right now he's being categorized as D line, so I kind of had him as a D lineman. But those guys are going to be special. Golden had 11 sacks, dude. A lot of people don't know that. He had 11 sacks last season. And this was like towards the back end of the season. So he's definitely one of those guys you want on your roster as your linebacker too. Probably a starter this season. I don't know. Like it's if you don't have anybody, like if you're scraping the barrel and you don't have a linebacker, which you probably should be getting yourself a linebacker at least minimum of round 10.
Right.
Minimum. Or 8.
They should instead of having like defensive end and linebacker, if you're an edge rusher, you should just be labeled edge rusher.
They're starting to do that. Or are you talking about sleeper?
Well, I'm just saying in general, because like I don't know, it gets confusing sometimes trying to figure out if someone's a left outside linebacker or are they supposed to be because like it depends on the system, honestly. Because if you go to like a 4-3, they're not going to be an outside linebacker. They're going to be an edge. They're going to be an end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you go to a 3-4, then they're not going to be an end. They're going to be an outside linebacker because they're going to rush the backers.
Right.
So it just depends on the system. But I feel like it'd be easier.
I agree.
Especially for like newer people, just to be like they're an edge rusher.
Yeah, a lot of the teams are transitioning to that, and you'll see that now labeled as the edge now. Like, what do you play? Oh, I play edge. All right, well, cool.
I know they do it for like the draft, which is very convenient, I think, because it'll be like this guy.
Yeah, but that just started, right? Was that the first time they labeled edge on the draft?
It's been like 1 or 2 years, yeah.
But still fairly new, in my opinion.
Oh, look, and then Den Boy says ESPN actually does do that. So that's very cool.
Yeah, I know Dan Boys actually likes ESP and IDP. The labeling is from what I remember him telling us.
Yeah, no, yeah. When we were doing the mock draft, that's what he said.
Yeah, he was telling us about that.
He said the position structure is a lot better.
Yeah. So my second guy who I think is going to make a big impact this season, which I've watched some preseason out of these guys, the Carolina Panthers got Frankie Luvo. 34 tackles and 1.5 sacks last season. I know it's not a lot, but coming in, they're changing it up. I think that this guy is emerging as like their leader there. And if it does not surprise me if he ends up playing every single game. What I've noticed that, and obviously because I'm a big Jeremy Chin fan, so I was looking for my boy, but he didn't play much because he's one of their best players there. So they were moving the safeties in and out of the box, but every single time I noticed Frankie Luvo was there. So it was really interesting to see how well in depth that they're using their linebackers and their safeties kind of in the same category box. So I'm interested to see what the Panthers do. I think the Panthers are going to be a very good defense and in depth. The problem is with them is depth. But I think when it comes to them, I think Frankie's going to be one of the best ones there. So yeah, go ahead. Just the IDP positional separations, yeah, and the rest of ESPN fantasy,
yeah.
So
yeah, no, we remember.
So yeah, another guy I think is coming out. Obviously, you said Divine Diablo. All right, I don't know how you're going to classify this, but I'm going to hit all three of these guys. And I know this probably counts more than just a number 4 guy. But if you go to the Eagles freaking linebacker core, give me every single one of them. I don't care. Just give me one of them. They brought in
Hicks.
Kaiser White. What's up?
Okay, Hicks, right?
They
Hicks too.
they brought in
Jordan Hicks.
Kaiser White. TJ Edwards is one of a really good linebacker.
Or not
And they
Hicks,
brought Hassan Reddick just got there.
Hassan Reddick. That's who I was talking
who
about.
has been really good no matter what team he freaking plays on. He just still somehow imagines just is fantasy relevant. And then Nakobe Dean is going to be the first guy coming in whenever these guys need a breath of fresh air. I don't know, like whenever rotate him out, he's going to be the first one in. Any four of those guys I'm okay with. Like, those guys are going to get in. I just feel like the Eagles linebacker core is finally going to do something this season. And I know that's kind of hard to say because, I mean, last year we had freaking Alex. Oh, my gosh. Brandon, what was his name? He's no longer there. Alex Singleton? Am I right? Something like that. I can't remember. He was their best one. And I remember everyone was after him. Why? Because the front line was really good, and he was like the best linebacker, the fastest linebacker behind him. So give me any single one of these guys, I'm okay with. So I have them all. Singleton, yeah, that guy, Alex Singleton. He was really good, but they have upgraded on linebacker core in a single freaking year. Give me any single one of these guys, I'm okay with.
Yeah, they had Eric Wilson and Alex Singleton last year.
Yeah, and Wilson didn't do anything.
That's the guy we liked coming out of Minnesota too.
Yeah, they didn't do jack.
And he's in Denver now, apparently.
Yeah. So let's hope the best for him. I don't think he's gonna play much there. I mean, whatever. And also, all right. So my fifth guy, another team, not really a guy. Give me Fuse Aluakon, number one. Get me freaking Chad Muma. Get me freaking Devin Lloyd. And Trayvon Walker. They're all classified as linebacker at sleeper. I know Trayvon Walker's a defensive end, but on sleeper, if you do Trayvon Walker, he's labeled as linebacker DB, or linebacker DL. I would say of those four guys, Fuse Aluakon, obviously number one. Then not Chad Muma, but Devin Lloyd, then Chad Muma. I think Fuse Aluakon has been in the league enough to teach these guys on how to play well. Because not only, if you think about it, they're right behind Josh Allen. Josh Allen is going to open it up, and one of these guys are going to sneak around the back and lay out the running back or something. It's going to be that dangerous. IDP purpose. I'm not saying the entire team is going to do that great. They have some good pieces. They got Shaquille Griffin back there. They got Darius Williams back there, or is a decent corner. But from what I'm looking at, these guys, I don't know. They can emerge as something. Lloyd is going to be the one that I'm going to be interested in. Lloyd hasn't been practiced for the ones, and then I think Muma is ahead of him in depth. Yeah, number 48 is Chad Muma, I think. Mm-hmm. And he was there pretty much. But I think these guys are going to compete. They're going to compete to try and get the ones. But no, you're absolutely right. Either way, these guys are sleepers, right? So I'm not saying you're going to go after these guys right away. I'm just saying you're going to look at these guys towards the back end of your drafts. You're going to look at these guys on waivers. These guys we're mentioning today, or I'm mentioning today, well, besides Fuse Aluakon, that guy's going to be drafted. But Chad Muma and Devin Lloyd, these guys you're going to want to look at towards back end, for sure. And my last guy, and the reason I'm bringing him last is because we just talked about Fuse Aluakon, right? Where did he come from? He came from Atlanta. Somebody has to step up in that place,
Deion Jones.
Deion Jones is already there, but who played right beside him? Fuse Aluakon. Mm-hmm. Who's next in line? I don't know. I really don't know. But in the offseason, they brought in this guy, and his name is Lorenzo Carter from New York Giants. He is taking the place Afuse Luakan. Lorenzo Carter last season did pretty freaking good, and oh crap, I had his stats earlier, and let me actually pull it up. Let's look at this guy. I think it was like 80 something tackles. I think.
Remember
From there it is. Lorenzo Carter. I was close. It's like 71 total like impact plays. So it's 51 total tackles, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, and interception. And that was all played off of almost 10 games. Because week 8 through 11 had nothing. So I think going to Atlanta, he's going to have to fill in some shoes, and I think he's going to be the guy. This guy's pretty big, too. He's 6'5", 250. So,
Jesus.
Yeah. So, look, and plus, and another thing is why I think this guy's going to actually do good. And I'm not saying this because I'm a homer or anything, but Atlanta's defense isn't that great. We all know that. So, which means if they're going to get torched, meaning they're probably going to be on defense a lot, because if the offense isn't really keying on everything that they're doing, because it's a whole new system, a whole new guy. All these guys are young. They're all new. This is the first time they're playing with each other. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. They could be easily the worst team, or they could be fourth to worst. I don't know. They're going to be in the bottom 5, which means I think they're going to be on defense a lot. So Lorenzo Carter, I think it should be a guy you could look up at waivers. It would not surprise me if he ends up in our waiver show on Tuesday. So, but yeah. All right, so that's linebackers. Defensive linemen, I'll go real quick. Kwity Paye out of Indianapolis. I think he's going to have a breakout year. 32 tackles with four sacks last season. Gregory Rousseau, I've been high on him all summer long. 50 tackles with four sacks. This guy's is now with the ones for sure. Last year he wasn't. He was kind of splitting time.
Yeah.
So Josh Sweat, another Eagle, now formerly a Commander. So 45 tackles with 7.5 sacks. I think he's going to gun for the Commanders a lot. So
it's a different. Sweat is still on the Commanders. It's a different Sweat.
Josh Sweat out of the Eagles?
Yeah, we have Montez Sweat.
Damn it. No. This is why you're here.
I was like, where are you going? What? I'm so confused. I was like, we still have Montez Sweat.
Josh Sweat. Did I mix up the names? You're right. Did he stay on the Eagles?
I know who you're talking about. I know who Josh Sweat is.
No. Yeah. He's still in the same division. So his rookie would be Jack. His second year, he did 19 total tackles, 36, 45. The last year, he got a forced fumble, 75. Thank you, Mark. You're absolutely right. I was talking about the wrong freaking guy. Either way, I think he's going to be. I'm looking at the depth chart, and I think as old as he is, he's only 25. He's not that. He hasn't been in the league that long, but I think he's going to be just fine.
Yeah, I saw his name a lot when I was
because what's his face is gone. This is why I'm thinking of him, because what's his face is gone. Cox. No, not Cox. Who just left?
No. Fletcher Cox is still there.
The guy who was Javon Hargrave and someone else. Someone else had just left, and I can't think of him. But he slides in and becomes the next guy in line. Like, these are all guys I'm looking at. When someone leaves, someone has to step up, and if they don't draft for that guy, these are the guys that I'm thinking of. Besides all the linebackers I'm saying out of Eagles, I also have the biggest one. I mentioned Marcus Golden, right? And I know this is going to be a crazy one to think about, and a lot of people probably don't like this one, but I've watched a lot of Giants preseason games, and the way they are using this guy is not like a lineman, but they're using as a linebacker / lineman. But right now on Sleeper, I think he's only designated as a defensive lineman, and that's the rookie out of New York Giants, and that's Kayvon Thibodeau. Let me check real quick if they actually have him labeled as a linebacker. I don't think they do, No, they
I don't
don't.
think they do either. No.
No, it's just
You
defensive.
might call
line.
him a sleeper, though. I think a lot of people are high on him when he comes back from his injury.
A lot of people aren't drafting him because of his injury. Well, I guess I guess you're right. But redraft leagues, are a lot of people getting rookies there? I don't know.
Probably not. Yeah, you're right.
I think this guy's going to be really good at his first year here. The way, I don't know if you saw, like, any of you saw the way they used him, but he played really freaking good, like, in coverage. He dropped back in coverage really well. I was actually surprised about that. So yeah,
he looked really good against not Joe Burrow because he didn't play, but he looked really good against the Bengals.
Yeah. So regardless of the fact, I was just like, holy crap. All right, so DBs, a lot of people are looking into as well besides linemen, because a lot of people there's a lot of leagues that actually don't do linemen, but DBs, I got Byron Murphy out of Arizona, 64 tackles, and he didn't really do much outside of that, but he was still made an impact. How do I feel about Troy Anderson? I think he's just a monster. I think he's a monster, but I feel like he still needs more work because I feel like he's still getting burned. And do you want an actual Falcons fan perspective? I mean, if honestly, I felt like he was okay. He's still a monster. I just felt, I don't know how I feel about him still, because as for fantasy, I'm not too sure about it yet. The way I saw him, the guy is a beast. He will run you over, and he's not scared at all, which I liked. The problem is, I think he's gonna get burnt. He's more of a I'll blow your face up and get out of my way tight end or defensive tackle, but I'm not gonna be able to catch up to that speedy guy kind of guy. That makes sense. Like coverage, I don't rely on this guy at all. I was hoping they would have gone Boye Mafe over this guy still, but that was like in the 3rd round, I think. So, hey, look, he can surprise me. A lot of these rookies are still coming in, still evaluating, still being in. I don't know. I still feel like it's going to be interesting on how the Falcons are going to utilize him. I'm more high on Lorenzo Carter than him, though. So, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Fantasy-wise, I don't know. All right, so Byron Murphy, Javon Holland out of Miami. Kyle Duggar is now one of those guys I feel like people are still not drafting, and it would not surprise me. What's up?
New England, right?
Yeah, New England. New England, both these guys actually. Kyle Duggar and Jabril Peppers.
Well, Jabril Peppers, I'm actually really high on too.
Jabril Peppers.
He's going to be that star backer for the Patriots, I think.
Yeah, he's done pretty well for himself there. I mean, I don't think he's going to be, as I don't know. I think he's going to be good. I know how I feel about him, that he's kind of like injury wise. That's the scary part of him. It's the only downfall on Peppers, but Kyle Duggar, I feel like, is going to be that DB2, potentially DB1 this season. And a lot of people are not drafting him, which is insane. And then because Jabril Peppers is there,
He just knocked your mic off more. There we go.
So now with Jabril Peppers gone, who slides in? Julian Love. Like, obviously McKinney. Obviously everyone's after McKinney, but I think Julian Love is going to have a really good year this year. Now that Jabril Peppers is gone. So those are my guys. I mean, any one of those guys can probably be a bust too. But these are late rounders for me. I feel like obviously everyone's probably still set on their IDPs and everyone's probably not looking. These are guys are like after the 10th round, after like the 11th round of your IDP drafts. And I know it's going to be interesting to say because a lot of people don't do IDP. So this episode's probably gonna go in the freaking banks of like, yeah, whatever, who cares? I don't care really much, but I don't know. We covered a lot in just an hour, and we sped through the freaking IDPs. I'm still trying to figure out who else got cut. That was the most surprising. I think we pretty much said pretty much everyone.
We pretty much covered the bigger ones.
Yeah. So, other than that, though, would you agree or disagree with any of the ones I said besides maybe on Thibodeau? Besides Thibodeau?
Oh yeah, a lot of I when I was doing my research, I saw Holland a lot from Miami. Apparently, people are expecting good things from him. I agree. Whenever there's turnover at the Patriots cornerback position, you just kind of want to naturally flow to them because no matter who they seem to put out there, they put up numbers and they produce. It's just like Bill Belichick with his magic wand. Like, all right, you guys, you're my starter corner now. You're my starting corner now. Go out there and do your thing. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy how they have like so much turnover, but they're always so good. And then I love Jabril Peppers. I didn't see him in my research, but when you brought him up, I was like, oh, yeah, Jabril. As soon as he went to New England, I was like, oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and it's good for them. You know, he's only 26 years old. He's still young.
Right.
So he could be there for the next freaking
Plus, if he does like
years.
returns too, like extra fantasy points.
If they have them there, yeah. But I know last year he had the ACL tear, so that kind of sucked. Yeah. But which he was gone, and then pretty much everyone just faded him for the rest of the season. So,
right.
I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to see what they do. A lot of these guys, again, are in your later rounds. A lot of these guys, obviously, you're not gunning for at first, but these are names and guys that you should probably look at later in your drafts or potentially keep an eye on first week waiver and see how they do.
Right.
First games.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, I'm excited. Guys, we're 8 days away. Freaking 8 days away. Isn't that crazy?
A week from tomorrow.
Oh, myself and Braden are going to be at freaking Twin Peaks probably. So, Mark, enjoy your concert. But other than that, I got nothing else. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. You know, I'm excited for that one. Why? Because that should have been the Super Bowl. That should have been the Super Bowl. I don't care what anybody says. That should have been the Super Bowl.
Well, they didn't beat the Chiefs, so.
Well, the Chiefs got lucky. And I don't think the Bengals would have been able to take care of the freaking the Bills. That's just how I feel. But it is what it is. Life happened the way it is in this universe. In some other universe, they probably played there, and who knows what it was. Anyways,
any offensive sleepers you want to throw out there real quick? Not Tim Patrick, that's for sure. I was reading this article from 2 days ago.
Okay.
That had Tim Patrick as a sleeper receiver, and I was like, pretty sure he's out for the year with an injury, but don't mind me. Let me go draft him right now.
An offensive sleeper that I think right now, like how deep we talking, like Dynasty deep talking, or like redraft, or
Dynasty, because we're Dynasty.
See, I have all my notes for defensive players, but I'm gonna take it. Say what?
I said, put him on the spot. He's not ready.
No, yeah, you did. Isaiah Pacheco. That is super deep in offensive. From what I'm hearing, and I don't know, I don't know, because from what I'm hearing out of camp and what they're using. Obviously, we know how CEH is used. Jones made the team, but they're saying this guy is playing bigger than them and better than them.
Yeah, but Jones barely
know.
made the team. Let's make sure we point that out.
Yeah, no.
I saw rumors of him possibly getting cut, and I was like, man, I've never felt more wrong about a player in my entire life. Here we are going on our show saying, "Oh, watch out for our Rojo. He's gonna tear it up in Kansas City," and then I find out he might not make the team. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm like, obviously, I didn't think Damien Pierce was gonna outbeat everybody there.
Right.
But I'm gonna say Isaiah Pacheco, dude.
Okay. I was gonna say Cole Turner. It's a bit of a homer pick, but
still, really?
Apparently he's outworked every. I mean, granted, Logan Thomas hasn't been there because I think he's still recovering from his knee injury. Oh, sorry, I was reading the comment from Braden.
Braden kind of basically.
Apparently, he's outworked. He's outworked every tight end there, and I think he could be a huge red zone target.
Okay.
Being 6'6".
So let me go to. Let me see this here. I'm gonna see what we have for sleepers on what people are saying. Okay, here we go. So top guys I'm hearing. Okay, if you're playing Dynasty, this is already known. Okay, this is more for redraft because there's no way. The very first one is Damien Pierce.
Yeah, there's no way. Someone had to.
Brian Robinson.
Right? Yeah, there's no way.
Khalil Herbert. Tyler Algier. Rashad White. No,
George
these guys.
Pickens.
Okay, if you're playing Dynasty, these are not names that people are sleeping on. No way. This is more for redraft. I'm gonna see if I could. There's no way to like. I don't know, I'm gonna scroll down this. I say Isaiah Pacheco for Dynasty. Zamir White might be another one. I
did see a lot of Zamir White too.
Yeah, if they're not because they haven't exercised Jacobs' freaking contract, so they might just run him to the dirt this season, and just all right later, dude. We're running with.
Wait, who's the White that's in Tampa?
That's Zamir.
So you're talking about?
Oh, in Tampa? No, that's Rashad. That's Rashad.
Okay, Rashad White too. I heard.
Really?
Man.
Okay. All right. I guess.
Well, I think he's going in as number 2.
George Pickens, really?
Leonard Fournette gets hurt. And then you could definitely be a sleeper this year because we know how much Trey Lance loves him.
These are all like redrafts. I feel like Dynasty. These guys are already on rosters for sure, man.
Yeah, well, I agree.
Like yeah. If look, I'm hoping Lance lights it up. I'm really hoping that he does. Like I hope that everything in the situation that's going on over there, I hope that look, I know Jimmy
Did you
G's
hear
is
that
back.
they had to eat $2 million in cap space?
Yeah. Because of the whole reconstruction?
Well, no, because they apparently were so had no idea what was going on with Jimmy that they were like, well, we're gonna re-sign Nate Mullins, $2 million guaranteed to be the backup. And then they end up keeping Jimmy and they're like, well, we can't keep Mullins now.
It's
so
funny
they were like,
that
here's your $2 million. We're gonna give you the pink slip.
It's funny that I mentioned that before. I said that they were gonna keep him like months ago. The guys in freaking Chicago said they're like, no, that's too much money. I'm like, they can make something happen. They can make something happen. They can. Oh, damn it! I got to go to YouTube for that one. I wish that these links that Braden helps us out with would show up in our chat here.
Right.
I have to legitly go here. Let me. Oh, that is interesting. God, see this. Braden, you're the best, man. You're like legitimately the best. All right, this is what Braden sent us. Guy in the chair. So we got preseason avoid tackles rate rookie leaders. Jalen Warren, the avoided tackle rate. So Jalen Warren, Rashad White, James Cook, Damien Pierce, Malik Willis, Ebner, which was interesting. I liked him. I really did. Ebner, Hassan Haskins, Tyler Algier, Jerome Ford, TDP, freaking.
Oh, there's your boy Isaiah
Pacheco. Yeah, look at this. Isaiah Spiller, dead freaking last.
15%. But look at Rashad
This time
White,
last
though,
year, I was
46.
saying this guy was going to be the best one or the second best coming in.
Yeah.
Breece Hall, though, okay, that guy probably got more work than all these guys. But this is impressive right here. 40%. Damien Pierce. That's impressive.
Look at Rashad White, 46.
Who's this TD? Why are they using freaking initials? I really gotta do this.
TDP.
I gotta look who this is. I gotta look at who this is. Oh, Davis Price. Out of the Niners.
Wow.
That's who that is. TDP. Preseason avoid tackle rate for rookies. Thanks, Braden. That's nice to know. That's good. Yeah, dude, it's insane. It's insane. I'm looking at that. I got one of them. Hassan Haskins. Thank God. Hey, look, I'm in a weird situation with my Dynasty League. Okay. Weird situation. Guys are getting hurt and guys are getting putting further and further into the bench, which I don't understand. So I'm like, crap, I need to rebuild / go for it at the same time.
Right. Yeah, I feel like your running backs are like 2 years ago, you're like, I got the best running back.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, you're like, I got third string running backs.
You know what gives me hope, though? Your squad. Your squad has RB2s for the past 2-3 seasons. And I'm like, if this guy can do it, I can do it.
Right?
Freaking if Pollard is your best guy, I got this. But yeah, that's our show, man. I think that totally explains the lack of confidence in Spiller. It's like he was running directly into people. Yeah.
So that explains why they got Sony Michel.
Yeah.
There you go.
But it is preseason, and I'm not. Look, a lot of things happen in preseason that we just kind of judge them right away. Okay. Last year we were saying that Jamar was the worst receiver we've ever seen because he couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. Okay. That's what we were saying. Blows it up. Wide receiver number 1. And Jamar Chase obviously is going to be the wide receiver number 1 in Dynasty leagues right now. Okay. A lot of things were said and done last season, and a lot of things are said and done this season. That could all turn once the season starts. The fact that they made the team is they're going to like, crap, dude. I really need to work this entire season to stay on this team. And this happens all the time. This is why I'm not worried about rookies having a horrible preseason. Because sometimes, like, obviously they're not Trey Sermon. That right there was horrible. When you had your opportunity, you blew it. Okay, but that was in season. Now preseason, you get your jitters out. Okay, time to go to play the game. Now when you actually get the rock, you're gonna do something with it. I'm not worried about let's see, who was the biggest one that everyone's fading on? Receiver. Freaking Treylon Burks. Didn't really do much.
Because of asthma.
Yeah, didn't really do much. As a matter of fact, he probably didn't do much at all. I think he caught 1 touchdown this entire preseason. I think he has a total of 40-something yards. I'm not worried. I really am not. I think I think that some of these running backs, yeah, Carter's the number one. I think Hall is still going to immerse himself as the number one eventually, if maybe not this year, but he probably will be the main back there probably midway through the season. Let's take JT, for example, okay? His rookie year, everyone did not like what they saw out of the Colts. He was running straight into guys the entire time, the first half of the season. Nobody liked that. He was a horrible running back at the beginning of his rookie year. Towards the back end of his season, he turned it up, and then eventually emerged. And now look at where we're at now. He's the number one drafted running back off the board in all your leagues. That's all I gotta say. Things change. These guys realize what they need to work on, and they're with the best of the best. I don't care what team you are. You can't go anywhere else. Out of any of these 32 teams, you're working with the best of the best. These 32 teams they try to hire the best of the best. I mean, obviously, they're probably getting a lot better than some of the colleges they're working with, but
yeah, right.
It is what it is.
Chase couldn't catch a ball. Remember? Oh, he's a bust.
Yeah.
He couldn't catch a ball.
Yeah, that it's exactly what I was saying. Things happen. So we'll see what happens as the year goes on. And before Jamar Chase, look at JJ. He didn't do anything the first half of the season either. All second half. Mm-hmm. Things like this happen. So again, I'm excited. 8th day, guys. Next week, we're going to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. It's going to be I don't know. We have nothing on the books right now. What's up?
It'll be a lot of Bills, Rams. What to expect
Probably.
week 1.
Probably. If not, start sit.
Yep.
Start sit show.
Yep.
So I'm excited for next week. Oh, hey, our boy Jacob Eason's with the Carolina Panthers squad. Oh, I guess I should mention this one. Kenyon Drake is with the Ravens now, officially.
Oh, yeah. And he'll probably be the week 1 starter.
Yeah. And then J.K. Dobbins will come in and just show him up. Yeah.
Because they as much as they want Dobbins to play, he's not playing week 1.
No, because he's being weird. And let's do this one. Thoughts on Bears versus Niners?
Well, why are we bringing this up? You probably brought that up because yesterday they said that they thought that they could sneak one in on the 49ers. So over under 9 sacks for Fields.
See, these are the times I wish Brian watched our show sometimes.
Right?
He's probably.
I saw like a little flash. I thought he was coming in right now. Like right next to you on the bottom, there was like a little flash. I was like, oh crap, is he popping in right now?
Oh, no. All right. Bears, Niners.
That's the Niners. I think the Niners win.
I am going with Niners. Everyone's healthy. And even if everyone's healthy on the Bears side, because everyone's healthy on the Niners, if everyone's healthy on the Bears side, that line's still trash.
Right?
Don't tell me Leatherwood's going to.
Right? Yeah, Leatherwood, the unsung savior of the. No, it's just not. There's a reason why he was cut from the Raiders. Okay.
So let's I don't know. Let's see how that happens. But no, I go with Niners again. I really hope that Lance lights it up. I'm really hoping for the guy. But
hey, they got another first round pick at least on the offense. That's good.
Yeah. And then Dan Boy says, why is that even a question? Niners are 10 times as good as Chicago. Yeah, I agree.
If Trey Lance struggles, do they see Jimmy G? Or...
Yeah, easy. It's like when when Eli was starting over freaking Kurt Warner. As a matter of fact, I watched that today.
I was gonna say, get more recent. And then like Tua and Fitz.
No, I felt like they were in the same boat.
Tua would start the game, but then they would bench him, and Fitz would like have his crazy magic
that's
plays.
true.
Be like, they're inventing a new position, closer. For football.
I'm excited for Tua. I'm excited for Tua. Look, I can go on and on about this, but we need to end this because I need to get some homework done. But look, Tua.
I need to eat something. I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Why do you do this to yourself? You know we have a show at 6.
I know. Well, we started at 7 today.
Which is an even more. That doesn't help you. That doesn't help your defense.
I was doing research and stuff. I was trying to be professional, you know?
All right. In a way, we had a week. I even forgot. And then you reminded me, like, oh, yeah, last week you said this. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. All right, let's
like,
close
I don't know what we're doing. And I was like, sleepers? Oh,
I forgot. And then I realized it, and I did research, all right.
You already had your research and everything, too. That's funny.
I did. It was in a notebook that I did not look at all freaking week.
That's fine.
All right. Anyways, that's our show. That's it. Let's call it a night, I guess. Other than that, we will be back Sunday talking about whatever the hell we're talking about. We're probably gonna do some more start sits, and you can eat and read at the same time, Mark. Yes, you can.
No, I have a hard time multitasking. Okay.
Jesus.
No, I was back in my room, and the kitchen was on the other side of the house.
Come on, no, just stop. All right, guys. Good morning, good evening, good night. Wherever the hell you guys are at. Chew gum and walk. Stay safe.
Sometimes.
I want to do another show tomorrow, but I can't remember what it was during a lunch hour. I can't remember what it was. I had a great idea to do it. I don't know what it is. We'll probably end up doing. I'll probably think of it after the show, and then on Friday, we'll do one. I bet you that's what's gonna happen. I think that's what's gonna happen. We'll see. I will. All right, man. I'll see you later. Have a good night. Right. Thanks for watching, guys. Then, boys, every time. Thank you, Derpy, Braden. Love you guys.
Nerd Huddle.
Getting hyped when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm with it till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate.